Long time no see. Happy Monday. Y'all know what time it is. It's Monday. It's 8:30. You know where I'm going. At this point, you guys can track all my moves. Okay? I'm that predictable creature of habit. Unless something's going on, I don't stick to my routine. And if I don't stick to my routine, nobody's happy. We got to address a few things. Since it's been a minute since we've been on here. How long has it been? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? A month? 6 months? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know how regular people do it. I really don't. I'm over here contemplating, thinking about getting back on stimulant medication, even though it makes me feel like I'm having a heart attack. Okay, a few things that we want to talk about. The first one is, yes, I'm on my way to Pilates. The second one is, I am 40 years old and pretty sure I threw my back out. I cannot make this up. Dani, don't clap in your vlogs. I can't watch you if I clap. I threw my back out, okay? So I was just, having one of those days where you just get to a breaking point where you understand, like life has been really difficult. I've been through so much therapy. I have a supportive, loving husband. My kids are thriving. I recognize what my body needs right now. My body needs a Harry Potter marathon. So I sat on the couch with all 3 of the little men in my life. Well, one's big, 2 little. And we watched Harry Potter movies all of a Sunday. And this isn't yesterday. This was a few weeks ago. And so we're watching Harry Potter movies. And I get up and I'm like, oh gosh, my back feels kind of funny. And right before I get my period, my back usually hurts. But it's like a kind of far away, like numbing pain, like you're sore, but it's manageable. And then I found this like roll-on stuff. The brand's called Omax. I found this roll-on stuff that I just kind of put on my lower back and I get on with my day. But as the day went on, like I noticed myself walking more and more hunched over. I'm talking like Hunchback of Notre Dame, hunched over, okay? Like hunched the over. And I can't like walk without assistance, like holding on to things. As the day progresses, it gets worse and worse. In order for me to sleep, I need to sleep on top of my heating pad, which I don't know if that's worse. Maybe I made it worse. The next day I get up and I'm like hobbling around packing the boys' lunches. But in order for me to do that, I have to like be almost at a 90-degree angle packing their lunches, grabbing onto the kitchen counters, like the buffet, the cabinets, in order for me to move. Like if I had a cane, I would have rocked out my day, let's be honest. But like, who has a cane laying around? So Daniel went over and like brought me his bat. He thought like, hey, a cane would help. So he brings me a bat. But of course my child is like a tiny baby. So I'm a behemoth. I need like a professional MLB player's bat in order for it to be long enough for this mastodon. And so he brings me his bat and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But also like, I can't do this right now. So Parker's like, I am not going to work. We have to go to the hospital. Like it's never been this bad. Also, cheers. I am drinking my Starbucks from yesterday. I forgot to drink it, so I put it in the fridge. Oh my goodness. Oh, so my goodness. I love going to Pilates because like on my way there, I go past a baseball field, a park, and a dog park. So like I am for sure guaranteed to see at least one. Oh my goodness. And the Pilates that I go to has a dog training school on the grounds. So like I for sure see one there too. It's just, it's a perfect way to start a week, let me tell you. So anyway, Parker's like, I have to take you to the hospital. Like, we have to go to the hospital. You guys, I went to the hospital. They gave me IV fluids with medicine in like the bag. I don't know. I'm obviously not a nurse. So anyway, let me drink my day old Starbucks. I sneaked in the microwave like a professional person would. Go to the hospital. They gave me an IV. The IV has steroids, pain medication, and nausea medication, because the guy's like, are you allergic to anything? Is there like any weird reactions you have? I was like, yeah, anytime I get an IV, I vomit. The minute I get an IV, I'm like, I don't know why that is. I have never met a side effect that I don't experience. Like, I've never met a side effect that I am not a victim of. So I was like, oh yeah, you give me an IV, I'm gonna vomit all over the floor. So they gave me an, anyway. According to the doctor, it's a back spasm. So he says, God bless this doctor. We've seen him in the past before because Parker gets a lot of sinus infections, which if you have any recommendations for that, please say the word, because my poor husband, this is the worst spring that he has ever experienced in his life. He's already had like 7 sinus infections and it's only May. Happy May, by the way. I can't believe it's already May. So he's like, with the change of seasons, we don't do a good job at staying hydrated. He's like, I don't get the impression that like you stay hydrated. Usually, wait for it, you guys. Give this guy a chance, okay? Like, when I tell you, he's great. He means well, and I really enjoy this doctor. But he goes, you didn't walk in here with the Stanley, so I'm pretty sure you don't prioritize your hydration. And back spasms can be just that. Lack of hydration, stress, not stretching, and moms tend to bend over a lot throughout the day, and they don't bend over the right way. So he proceeds to give me instructions on how to bend over properly. I think you need more context. He proceeds to show me how to bend over properly because I'm a mom and we don't bend over properly. So, I mean, I could have taken this in so many directions, you know, like this is why I'm a mom, but it was like, I really appreciate people like that. They remind me of my dad. You know, they're boomers. They don't know better. As long as you're not abusing me, like I can deal with the slightly inappropriate, sexist, misogynistic, dated mentality. It's fine because I know exactly what you're trying to explain to me and I know it's coming from a good place. Spoken from an unhealed position. Like if I were healed, I would recognize that that is not okay. Anyway, it's grace. You know, it's grace. I got the help that I needed. These, I know you're going to ask me. They're plasticky. They're very lightweight. I saw them on somebody on Instagram. Obviously, I was socially influenced. They're from Anthropologie, I think. I don't think they were worth the $35. I really don't. So I threw my back out. That's the one thing I wanted to tell you guys. The other thing I wanted to tell you is if I get one more question about this, it's so funny because like of all the things that you can notice, like, I don't know, my dramatic hair change or the fact that I disappear for weeks at a time or my super sudden weight gain, I'm officially at 160 pounds. This is the heaviest I've been since like being pregnant. No, you notice the like centimeter size thing on my finger. It's probably my fault because I talk like this. It is from Mod Gents. So last year I was teasing Parker that for my anniversary, our anniversary, I used that word very wrong. For our anniversary, I wanted to play jewelry. So we found this little guy on Mod Gents, not sponsored by the way. They have a lot of really pretty like wedding sets. I think if I could redo a couple of things in my life, I'm a very proud, no regrets type person because I feel like everything that we live in life comes with a very valuable lesson if you're willing to like accept it, right? Because sometimes like it's not a good lesson. Sometimes it's a great lesson. But I think a few things that I would do differently is I would never have a wedding, which Parker and I were going to have a wedding and we just decided, you know what? No, like the pandemic, we took it as a sign, we eloped. I got stuck with a wedding dress that at some point I'm gonna use if it ever fits. But like my first wedding, it was insanely expensive. It was insanely ridiculous and stressful and it's just not worth it. Save your money, like down payment on a house, buy, you know, a commuter car, save it for a rainy day. But I would not do a wedding and I would not spend money on fine jewelry. You know, like some people it's important for them. It's like heirlooms, they hand it down. Maybe they have daughters, I don't know, sons, whatever. But like, it's just stuff. The way I see it, it's just stuff. So It's from Mod Gents. It's like simulated jewelry, and I shower with it. I use lotion. I do my hair. I go to Pilates, and I don't use those protective things that they sell for like wedding ring. But look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? I don't think they have this style anymore. Like, I really don't, because every time I try to link things directly for you. If I can't find them directly, I'll link the general website, especially if it's more niche like this. I can't find this exact design or shape, but they have so many new styles now that I'm like, you're gonna find something you like, guaranteed. Anyway, so yeah, I threw my back out. Parker's at a conference. I feel like I say that a lot with you guys now. He's been traveling a lot for work, but he actually told me yesterday, he's like, God, I don't want to leave. You know, it's for the whole week. I don't want to leave, but this is the last trip that I'm taking this year. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to do what you got to do. He's laying the groundwork for our golden years, you know? So he has to do what he has to do. I'm fine. Am I going to miss him? Of course. Am I going to enjoy not like making dinner every day? Definitely. And am I going to get an amazing, beautiful, just full and fulfilling, restful night's sleep for 5 nights? Also, yes. So I might just seem younger by the end of the week. You know what I've been using? And you guys have to tell me if you notice the difference. If you don't, just don't say anything. But I decided to change up my skincare. Yep, I went there. I absolutely went there. You know, if things weren't rocky enough, I was like, how can I make things even more complicated? You know what? Let me mess with my face. I didn't change up my whole skincare. I just decided to switch out what I was using as a serum. And I'm pretty happy with the way my face wakes up in the mornings. I'm using my iPhone to film right now, so there's no filter to be had. I wish there was. So this is what we got. I don't know what's going on with my skin here. This has been there for probably a year now. I should probably ask Alina, like, what are these little things? They don't bother me. They don't look, it almost looks like a rash. And I know I don't over exfoliate. I'm starting to think it might have something to do with my detergent because I sleep on my face. Like, I either sleep like this or like this. So I think it might be like detergent related. I like my clothes to smell good though, so I don't know if I'm all about that free and clear life. I don't know what else I need to tell you guys aside from, hey, we're back. For how long? I don't know, but we're here and I wanted to say hi and happy Monday, and that's it. I think that's it. I got this new little car mount. Actually, I just realize you can tell how dirty my car is. It's springtime in Dallas. You know, it rains every other day, and it either rains like that spittle rain that just like you can't see, like it's just constantly misting all day, or it rains where you're on flash flood warning and there's certain neighborhoods you can't drive through. So that's what anyway, I got a new car mount for my phone because there are so many times that I just want to whip out my phone and start vlogging, not my stupid little, I hate that vlogging camera that I use, but the image is so great. And then I don't carry my other camera around. I used to have it all the time in case I wanted to vlog in the car, but the inside of my car is black and it overheats in like 10 minutes. And your girl's already been talking for 15, you know? So I don't need that kind of stress. Where's my, I'm shedding. Oh, I forgot the last thing I needed to tell you. Okay. The last thing, and then I got to go inside. The last thing is I had my quarterly update on my HRT. So if you guys found me on accident, you didn't. There's nobody new here. But if you guys have been keeping up with my perimenopause journey, it's been almost 4 months now. Almost. We're at about 3. I went at the end of January, February, March, April. So it's been about 3.5 months that I have been on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, for my perimenopause symptoms. I noticed the difference in about 2 to 3 weeks, like immediately. Of like the 98 symptoms that I had, almost all of them went away. At some point around the 2.5 month mark, I plateaued, which means I didn't feel any more improvement. After that, I sort of declined just a little bit, enough where I noticed, but not enough where I felt as terrible as I was feeling. And the only 2 symptoms that came back were my feelings, like my mood was a little, it like went back to being a little unpredictable, not irrational or ragey. There was no rage, but it went a little unpredictable, or rather not as steady. What's the word? There's a word for it. And then my brain fog came back a little bit. Enough where it bothered me because like I would walk into a room and be like, darn it, why am I in here again? You know? So those were the only two symptoms that came back. The ringing in my ears, like the fatigue, the joint pain, all of that stuff just completely went away. Albeit I threw my back out, but that's probably because I'm a mom that doesn't know how to bend over and I'm dehydrated. But those were the only two symptoms, brain fog and my mood. So I had my follow-up appointment and we decided to up my estrogen. So instead of the 0.05 patch that I was on, now I'm on a 0.07. Today's the first day that I'm doing it. That's why I remember to tell you guys. Or maybe it's because it's already working, you know? No. So I wanted to update you because I know a lot of you guys, we're like at that same age. We're like elder millennials. We're in the same phases in life. We've all been divorced at the same time. We all have kids around the same age. We're all getting remarried or whatever. So if you experience anything that I've, shared with you guys in the last couple of months and you went that HRT journey, it's just one of those things that it's part of the process. You got to try a certain treatment for 3 months. And then depending on how that goes, you got to increase it. For a progesterone, that's not something that you up or down. It's just kind of a dose for your age and weight and height or whatever. So that's going to stay the same, but I still have one more step up from this. And the way she explained it is you're very young to have perimenopause symptoms. And the younger you are, the more estrogen you need or that your body's used to producing, that it's not. So it sounds reasonable to have to up it to where I'm at now. I don't think I'll need you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'll need the step up from that. I don't think I'm there. In fact, I would even say the increase now is sort of curiosity to see if my symptoms can get better, because there's no reason to settle for something if there's a possibility that you could feel better. You know what I mean? So that's really exciting. I'm very excited to kind of look out for that and be kind of monitoring how I'm feeling. So I'll have to update you guys on that. But that for me was a very important update, probably more important than throwing my back out or sharing my fakey ring with you guys. But that's it. Did you guys miss me? Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go dive for a few seconds. But because I'm using the sweat-proof dry shampoo from Batiste, don't look at my breakage. Look at the non-greasiness. That's all you need to focus on. Don't focus on this. Focus on this. Look at that. Look at that separation and volume. Batiste knows what they're doing. Batiste knows what they are doing. Clearly. All right, you guys, that's it. Hay que mucho se despide. I really have a very hard time transitioning when I'm doing these vlogs. So I'm just gonna say bye. Let's see if my best friend is by the door. Oh, no, then there's only one other place she is. Where's my best friend? Where's my best friend? Where's my best friend? Oh, my baby girl, she's so old now. Amor de mi vida. Amor de mi vida. ¿Dónde está el amorito de mi vida? Ven, chiquita, ven, angelito. Ven, mi amor perfecto. Ay, pobrecita. Ay, mi viejita. ¿Dónde está esa viejita perfecta? Eres un amor divino, sí, chiquita. Ay, pobrecita. Ay, qué bonita tu peta. Ay, qué bonita tu peta. Hello, mi amor. Hello, chiquita. I missed you. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Well, I missed you. Yes, I did. Mama, amor mío. Más amor que te amo mío de mi vida, pobrecita. Amor, pobrecita, amor de mi vida. Amor perfecto. Eres un amor perfecto. Sí, eres un amor perfecto. You can get up. You can do it. Good girl. You're so strong. You're so strong. Yes, you are. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's just a little hard to get up. I know. It's hard for me to get up, let me tell you. You know, this is what happens when you get to a certain age and you don't pick things up the right way. This is what happens when the temperature changes and you're dehydrated. No, you just have arthritis, my poor sweet girl. My poor sweet girl in my whole universe, my love of my life. You're just my love of my life. Yes, you are. Okay, so I just got home from Pilates. I didn't die. And look at this hair. Look at that. Tell me that is not, I mean, this is thin hair in a scrunchie, but I'm filming on my phone, so it's hard for me to remember to look at you guys like over here. This kind of, like, I've realized that if I put my hair in a hair tie for like the 45 minutes and then I take it out and just leave it alone, don't brush it, don't re-iron it, don't re-flatten it, nothing, it kind of goes away on its own. I've overthought my entire life is what I'm trying to say. Hi, are you okay? Well, mommy has to get up now. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn to get up. Tell me Parker's not here without telling me Parker's not here. I was about to do the bed this morning. You see, I removed the pillows. I put them here because it's gonna, and then I was like, don't nobody gonna tell me how to live my life? Okay, so I just got home and I'm super hungry. We, all four of us went to Costco this weekend. Do you guys ever have that experience at Costco where it's hit or miss? So like, sorry. You're gonna have to get used to looking at this, okay? It's either hit or miss. So you'll go to Costco and you'll find nothing. Like, it just sucks. Nothing is good. You don't find anything cool. You don't even find stuff you don't need. Or you go and you find everything you need. First things first, I need to take this out of the freezer because I think I'm supposed to defrost it. In fact, I think I was supposed to take it out before leaving to Pilates, if I'm honest. The other day, I went back to Pilates after 3 weeks of not doing Pilates. I want to get home invaded. So I went back after 3 weeks of not doing Pilates. So on my way home, I stopped at Nectar to get an acai bowl. It's like a protein acai bowl. It was $14. It made me feel some type of way, but also like I hadn't gone to Pilates in 3 weeks. So obviously if I leave Pilates, the next best thing is to get an acai bowl on the way home because I am fitness, you know, like I am an athlete. So I mildly regret spending $14 on a bowl that was a little underwhelming. So when we were at Costco, I saw these and it's a 6-pack. Yeah, it's a 6-pack for $13. I haven't tried them. They could be trash. For all you know, they're not good because they were on sale, but they are from the Tattooed Chef, so that has to be a good thing. Vegan, gluten-free, thaw and eat. They come with granola packets. Let's see what it looks like. So let's see. Ooh, and coconut. Love coconut. Look at that. In the bowl. Okay, I'm gonna need like 14 of these. This is what it looks like. So you just thaw it. Should I have like thawed it in the fridge yesterday? Am I gonna be able to eat this soon? Should I put it in the blender? Thaw at room temperature for 60 to 65 minutes. Sprinkle with granola and enjoy. Or I can heat it in the microwave for 45 seconds. I'm gonna have to sit with this for a while. Okay, let me go put these back in the freezer. I found my best friend. I found my best friend. I found my best friend. Okay, what else did we find? Parker's undershirts from that brand 32 Degrees. They were on sale for $9. The 3-pack on sale for $9. We replaced all his undershirts, which had kind of gotten tarnished. I mean, the man wears his clothes. We found Topps baseball cards, which are the brand of baseball cards the boys collect. We also found a lot of like delicious chips we didn't need, like street corn flavored chips. But 2 things that I need to show you. Oh, I also re-upped on my Lumify. I was completely out. I am that person now that runs out of detergent, that runs out of deodorant, that runs out of Lumify and has to like pop in and do special purchases. I found 2 things that I did not need that I have to finish before next week because Parker and I are gonna start this like clean life journey. I don't know how long it'll last, but like at least I have to start heading in the right direction. So let me show you. Can you help me, Sophia? This is my acai bowl that I'm gonna enjoy in 2026. I found this. These are guava bites. It basically tastes like membrillo. So if you've ever had membrillo, that's exactly what it tastes like. Look at that. So they're little chunks of, it's literally the texture of membrillo, but it says it tastes like guava and chamoy. All I'm getting is guava and crunchy sugar, but it is fabulous. I also found these. Thin Mint season is my favorite season in life. So now they have these Thin Mints, little candy bites. So basically it's like a cookie in the middle and then a creamy, like in between, and then chocolate on the outside. They were giving samples of this at the store. So obviously I got a sample, and then I told Mateo to get a sample for himself, even though he doesn't like mint, so that I could eat it again. And then I got the bag. They were also on sale. They are shelf stable. So like you're supposed to leave them out at room temperature. I put mine in the freezer as like a special treat, but I gotta, again, finish these before the end of next week. So Parker and I decided to like do better. He hasn't been able to go to the gym since he's been working so much. And then he carries his weight from the waist up. I didn't know I carried weight at all, but since entering perimenopause age, I've gained, I don't know how much I've gained. My regular is 130. I'm at 160 right now. So, okay. Simple math, Dani. But it's all in my center, like the center of my body. So like my tummy, my butt, my hips, which is fine. I've always been very thin, and I have an athletic type looking body without earning it, without being athletic. So now my body has sort of settled into a more feminine shape, which I'm not complaining about, but none, you guys, none of my clothes fits. So that kind of drives me a little crazy. So I'm not trying to like, I know I was kidding about it, but I'm not trying to like be fitness. I just want to feel good. So Parker and I decided that when he gets back from this trip, we're going to do something like, I don't know, to do better. And the only way that I can do better is if I have an accountability partner. And the only way he can do better is he can't. He's a Virgo. He can do better no matter what. I'm using him as an excuse. So we decided, I have a friend that does Prolon twice a year. I've talked about her before. Her name's Amanda. She has an Etsy shop. She's the super creative, awesome, hilarious hat designer that I've shared with you guys. Like the cute but psycho hat that people were like, oh, you're making fun of mental illness. She also did my baseball mom hat that has the boys' little numbers on it with the hat jewelry, like the necklace on there. She's super awesome. I'll link her Etsy shop, but she does Prolon twice a year and has really great results. So I think she's a little bit older than me, but she's also in that same like, what the hell's going on with my body phase. So it's basically like a cell regenerative system, similar to like a cleanse, but it kind of does this cellular turnover so that when you come out of it after 5 days, it's a lot easier to make better decisions. You know, you're not so wired because like sugar, right? Refined processed carbohydrates, refined sugars. It's basically like an addiction. I hate to use that word because it's very, intentional, but it's an addiction. Like your body craves it. It doesn't need it, it craves it. So if you cleanse your body in a way like to be able to process those cravings out of your body, then you come out of it, it's easier to make better decisions, right? So Prolon has a 5-day, what do they call it? I think it's called a regenerative cleanse. Every time I say cleanse, it makes me feel like you're going to be sitting on a toilet for like 5 days. It's not. Basically, it's like it mimics fasting, but it also mimics eating. So there's like pretend food you get to eat, but it's not like eating a steak or a burger. So you're not just drinking juice all day, but you're also not sitting down and eating like a big fat sandwich. So I was asking Parker, I'm like, what do you feel about that? Like, what are your thoughts? Because I've done juice cleanses in the past, like since he's been in my life, and he's like, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with that. Like I would never do a juice cleanse. So I kind of shared this with him and told him what it looks like and, like the menu and stuff. And he's inclined. He's tempted. He hasn't given me a hard yes. He basically says, like, we got to do something and we can do it together. So you decide. So I'm like, okay. So they actually have one that you can do with a partner. Like it's a set so that you and a buddy can do it together. So we might start that next week. Like that's the intention. Are we going to do it? But you know, it's one of those things where you can order it and just save it for when you're actually ready. It's shelf stable. How many opportunities am I going to be able to say shelf stable in a vlog? It's pretty impressive. So that's why I have to eat a whole bag of Thin Mint candy bites and guava bites and whatever. Let me see. That acai bowl is making me nervous just sitting on the... I don't like food that requires me to like figure out the formula, you know, like wild grain, like they have a formula, but they tell you what the answer to the formula is. So like you take it out of the freezer, you put it in the oven, specific amount of time, you pull it out. It has to sit on the counter for a specific amount of time. And then it's perfect every time. So I'm going to need Tattooed Chef to tell me. I'm not sure 1 hour is something that I feel. Should I put it in the microwave? Oh, it detached. It detached. It's like, it's so small too. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's try. I bought these the other day. I Am Fitness. Okay, we've talked about this. If you guys don't have a Prepared Hero blanket, Amazon one, like it will literally save your house. Okay. I bought, so you guys know, like, these are my favorite, right? The Magic Spoon bars. Parker puts them in a suitcase before he left this morning for his trip. I'm like, hey, you know what? Baby steps. Baby steps. You want to put some Cheetos in there too? Because you don't want to, like, you know, stun yourself with just all fitness. So I got these on Amazon. My favorite influencer of all time, forever, for the rest of my life, amen, currently says they're the best. They're the David protein bars. Hate the name, but it's a trial pack. So you get all 6 of the flavors. You get to try them. There's cake batter, salted peanut butter chocolate chunk, blueberry pie, fudge brownie, and chocolate chip cookie dough. Why is everything chocolate? I feel like it's chocolate on purpose so that like you can camouflage the flavor of gross. But like, I'm not a big fan of chocolate. I like chocolate, but like I won't sell my kids for chocolate. Like some people are hardcore, you know, chocolate addicts. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Like, relax. Let's try the peanut butter chocolate chunk. Ugh. While my acai bowl melts. So the selling point of these is they're low calorie, no sugar, high protein, and the calories come from the protein. So there's no like additives. There's no extra things in there that you need, but they are that kind of like doughy bar that some people don't like. I mean, it's a really, it's like a texture. It reminds me of like vinegar. You either love it or hate it. The texture of these types of protein bars, you either love it or hate it. Oh my God. These are amazing. Expensive. I think it was $30 for, actually, is that expensive? I don't remember the price. I do remember thinking, oh shoot, that's a lot per bar. But it does have that Play-Doh-y texture. Why aren't you? It does have that Play-Doh-y texture. You see? Like we could literally play with it like putty, but it has some crunchy bits in there. Like, it reminds me of a Crunch bar. Oh, hold on. You know, for AI, you're not very AI right now, Siri. It has some crunchy bits. It reminds me of a Crunch bar. You see the chocolate chunks in there? That's actually really good. Oh, here we go. All right, hold on. Right there. That's like puffed rice. I want to say that's puffed rice. It tastes just like it. Who knows? I don't see it on the ingredient list, but I like it. I don't like filming on my phone. I like making awkward eye contact with you guys. Like this, you know? And this does not feel organic. Anyway, I'm going to finish this. I'll update you guys on the acai bowl. And I'll catch you guys later. All right, Tattooed Chef. It's been 45 minutes. Patience is not my virtue. So that's what it looks like. I think it's edible. Okay, yeah, it's edible. Because I can get my spoon through it. Look at that. Oh, it has real berries underneath. Oof, how can I show you? This stuff stains, so you gotta be careful. Whoa, you see? Fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries, and they look like those wild blueberries that you're supposed to eat. Like, did you know, like, not all blueberries are created equal? You can't have, like, regular store blueberries aren't the good ones. They have to be the wild bush something something. I find mine at Costco. Okay. Tastes like an acai bowl. I forgot the toppings. What are you doing, little miss? I mean, acai bowls are acai bowls. If you can make one taste bad, like, you really tried. Because there's really only one way to make them taste, right? They sell like those little acai kits at the store where, like, acai, I believe, is a berry that is available in South America. I could totally be talking out of my ass right now, but that's the knowledge in my heart. And so it's processed and frozen into cubes. And when you go to like a Nectar juice bar or Jamba Juice or whatever, and they sell acai, it's like they don't have fresh acai berries there. They buy the processed cubes and they just blend it. So it's really hard to mess it up. And this tastes just like an acai bowl. You know what I would do? I would slice a banana on top of it, drizzle it with honey or maybe agave syrup, add way more granola than this. Like the little packets it comes with, okay, you get an A for effort, but if I want it to be substantial, I'm gonna use some of that Magic Spoon granola, which by the way is phenomenal. I'm coming. I don't need her evil Knieveling off the couch. You know what I mean? When she already has really bad arthritis and her back legs barely work and she's jumping off the couch, I don't think so. Okay. Flavor, 10 out of 10. Portion, 3 out of 10. I do have an issue with portion control though, so I'll add that disclaimer. What else can I rate it? Don't rate my hair. What else can I rate it? Even though the topping, let me show you guys. Even though the topping looks really like plain oats and coconut, it actually has a really nice flavor to it. Like, it's not naked. There's something going on there. I think the only thing I would complain about is having to wait for it for an hour to thaw. But that sounds like a me problem, you know? That sounds like user error. Like I should have checked that box when I was buying it at Costco or before leaving to Pilates this morning and then left it on the counter. And then when I come home, it's ready to go. If I do that, like if I have nowhere to go after Pilates, I can just take it out, go, come back, and then eat it. And it's perfect. I will have to say this though. I just ate that whole David's protein bar. Like, I should not be eating this, but I like to eat. All right, Tattooed Chef, you're on to something. Well, just tart. So if you guys don't like super sour or anything, like if you've never had an acai bowl and you don't like sour berries, you won't like acai bowls ever. Unless you like completely blend it with agave syrup, and then you might as well eat like Captain Crunch at that point. I'm being sarcastic, okay? This is Dani approved. Really glad I got it. God works in mysterious ways, you know? Like I had to get that $14 acai bowl when I was feeling like fitness. So that when I went to Costco, I was like, ooh, an acai bowl. Wait, $13 for a 6-pack? I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. It's like my relationship with Parker. Had I met him when I was 25 instead of my other ex, like I wouldn't have been able to appreciate him. I wasn't ready to know what love was, you know? Like I was conditioned to believe love was conditional love. Conditional love is normal. Love bombing is normal. This is fabulous. And I'm feeling super full, probably because I had that giant protein bar. But if I hadn't had it, I still have more than halfway to go. I think I'm one of those people, I am 1000% one of those people that eats like with my eyes. Is that a thing? Eats with your eyes? No. My eyes are bigger than my mouth. What's that saying? Where like, you order too much food and you can't eat it all. I do have that problem. It only becomes a problem though when I actually eat it all. Bye. I went to the camera that I hate and the storm's finally here. So it's dark, which is enhancing my dark under eyes. You're welcome. So it is almost 12:40. I just finished filming my empties. What? Who is she? And I did it in all my glory. You know what? I am who I am. And if the worst thing that I can do is go online and film my beauty trash in my exercise outfit, I'm okay being the villain in this story. Anyway, I just got done filling my empties. I just got done filming my empties. I want to do a reel with my PR packages. I think I have like 3. I mean, it's a reel, right? A reel has to be like a minute long. So I wanted to film a reel, but I don't know if this is worthy enough to be on the gram. And then, oh, you guys, I finished my acai bowl and I just like, you know, walked around and finished my acai bowl, being super productive. I had a healthy breakfast. Damn, I'm feeling good. I'm fitness, you know? I keep walking. I'm on the phone. I have like my earbuds in. I made my bed, by the way. Also, side note, this is not what we're talking about at the moment, but Parker told me, you know, I told him, I was like, gosh, you're gonna be out of town next week. I'm gonna be scared. Like, this is what he does. You know, he heals my inner child. He heals my trauma. He teaches me what safety feels like. And now I'm like, I'm gonna be scared because I know what safety and security feels like, you know? Like, I don't like that. I like being tough. You know, but anyway, I was like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna be scared, especially like with what's going on right now. Like, I'm nervous all the time. So he got me this. I'm not sure if it's like a pregnancy pillow, but like, he's like, you can sleep next to this. It'll remind you of me. That's so sweet. And you won't feel scared at night. I was like, motherfucker, I'm not gonna be scared at night. I'm gonna be asleep. I'm gonna be scared during the day. That man is the man lottery. Anyway, so as I was reenacting for you, I'm like walking in my room, I have like the earbud in, I'm talking to my friend Michelle, hey Michelle, and I like look in the mirror and I'm like, what the my mouth looked like I went full on Hannibal Lecter on a village of Smurfs. My mouth was navy blue. My gums, my teeth, my everything, like the whole inside of my mouth looks like you told a child, color this picture, and their favorite color was blue, and the inside of my mouth was like, it took me a minute. I was like, I think if I talk and I generate more saliva, it'll really work itself out. It was effort. It was effort. I had to generate a lot of saliva, let me tell you. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Am I gonna go buy more of those acai bowls? It may be my new hyperfixation. That's all I'm saying. That was a check-in. I felt that that was an important enough check-in to pick up this camera. You know how I feel about this camera. You also know how I feel about you.